everyone. Today I'm going to read Little Red Riding Hood. Once upon a time, there was a kind little girl called Little Red Riding Hood. She always wore a bright red cloak with a bright red hood. I love it so much I never take it off. Little Red Riding Hood lived with his mother on the edge of some deep, dark woods. Map of the deep, dark woods by Little Red Riding Hood. Mother Red Riding Hood, our little college. One day, Little Riding Hood, mother gave her a pot of vegetable soup. But remember the rules of the woods. Her mother added, rules of the woods. Keep to the path. Don't talk to the woods. I will, promised Little Red Riding Hood. She set off, and first the sun shine and the birds sing. One big bad wolf. Ah, there goes my lunch. Little Red Riding Hood hummed a little tune. Ha ha! Bent down to tie her shoelace, skipped along the path, and stopped to smell the flowers at last. Good morning, Little Red Riding Hood, called a woodcutter. Good morning, said Little Red Riding Hood, waving to him. I knew I'd run ahead and wait for her. Little Red Riding Hood walked deeper and deeper into the woods. The sun hid behind the clouds and got darker. So, come on, Lunch, where are you? So Little Red Riding Hood didn't see the wolf waiting for her on the path. And the wolf didn't see Little Red Riding Hood either. My tail! Oops! Little Red Riding Hood stepped on the wolf's tail. Then his paw, my paw, and smack, and dropped her basket. Smack on his head. My head! Look where you going, said the wolf huffily. You were the middle of the path, said Little Red Riding Hood. She had forgot the rule. Don't talk to wolves. What have you got in that basket? Asked the wolf hungrily. Vegetable soup, replied Little Red Riding Hood. I'm taking it to my grandmother. Vegetables? Cried the wolf. How yucky. Wolf only eats juicy red meat. I never touch vegetables, he added. Now time for my lunch. The wolf was about to gobble up Little Red Riding Hood, but then he had an idea. Perhaps I can eat Little Red Riding Hood and her grandmother, he thought. He put his soft voice. Where does your grandmother live? He asked. In the cottage, another side of the woods. of the woods, said the little Riding Hood. How perfect, thought the wolf, rubbing his tummy. How delicious. Why don't you take her some flowers? He suggested. That's a lovely idea. What kind wolf you are, said Little Red Riding Hood. So Little Red Riding Hood left the path to look for flowers, and the wolf raced off to the grandmother's house. She knocked lightly on the door, tap, tap, tap. I'm so wonderful, wicked, and clever. Who's there? Asked the grandmother. The granddaughter, Little Red Riding Hood. Speak, the wolf. I brought you some lovely vegetable soup. Get yourself in, said the grandmother. I'm too weak to get up. The wolf leaped the room. He gobbled up Little Red Riding Hood's grandmother. Then he climbed into bed to wait for Little Red Riding Hood. Soon he heard a knock at the door. Who's there? He said. Your granddaughter, Little Red Riding Hood. Let yourself in, called the wolf. I'm too weak to get up. He pulled on the grandmother cape and hid under the blankets. I brought you some vegetable soup, said Little Red Riding Hood. Lovely, scolded the wolf. I mean lovely. Lonely, he added. He squeaked. Put the basket on the stove and come and sit next to me. Little Red Riding Hood looked at his grandmother. She looked again. Oh, grandmother, she said. What big ears you have. Oh, all the better to hear you with, said the wolf. Little Red Riding Hood came closer to the bed. Oh, grandmother, she said, what big eyes you have. All the better to see you with, said the wolf. The little Red Riding Hood came closer. Oh, grandmother, she said, what big furry hands you have. All because to hug you with, said the wolf. Little Red Riding Hood was standing right next to the bed. But grandmother, she cried, what big sharp teeth you have. All better to eat you with, snapped the wolf. He jumped out of bed and gobbled up Little Red Riding Hood. Delicious! Full at last, she said, licking his lips. Then she lay down on the bed to sleep. As the wolf slept, he snored very loudly. He snored so loudly the woodcutter snored. I never heard the old woman snore that loudly, he thought. I just make sure she's okay. But the woodcutter couldn't see the grandmother anywhere, only a very fat wolf. Oh no, thought the woodcutter. The wolf's eating the old woman. Just then the woodcutter had an idea. Perhaps the old woman is still inside you. I might able to save her. He picked up some scissors. Then he snapped open the wolf's tummy. Snap, snap, he saw a bright red hood slip. Little Riding Hood head pop out. Who? Keep cutting, she said. Grandmother is still in there. Snip, snippy, snappy. Faster and faster, the woodcutter keep cutting and cutting until Grandmother popped out too. As I fell asleep, quickly and fast, Little Red Riding Hood ran dancing and picked lots of stones. The woodcutter put them in the wolf's tummy. The grandmother sewed the tummy up. Then the wolf woke up. He tried to sneak out of the door, but the stone rattled inside him. Now everyone can hear you coming, said the woodcutter, laughing. But I never catch anyone, cried the wolf. Actually, said the woodcutter, you just have to eat vegetables instead. Little Red, said the Little Red Riding Hood. The wolf never ate another people. I don't like little girls. As for Little Red Riding Hood, she never ever talked to a wolf again.